Today is all about the zucchini and the squash because they are coming out our ears. We have ate it every night and now I got to figure out what to do with it to keep it. And I really do not like squash or zucchini canned. I mean, you are cooking a soft vegetable for 75 minutes in a pressure cooker. It is just absolute mush and I find it pointless. I do, however, freeze zucchini to make zucchini bread throughout the winter, you know, because zucchini bread's the bomb. So we will be doing that too. And in fact, when I see how many cups of zucchini I have, then I'll know if I have enough left over to make the zucchini bread. And then we're going to make squash pickles. So this will probably be like a couple or 3 videos or something so that it's not overwhelming to anybody. But I have to get it done today because they're fresh and they need to go somewhere. So my zucchini I have cut up into manageable, they're stuck, manageable pieces. And I've seeded them because they were so big. You don't have to seed them. The seeds are fine in the ferment. That's not the problem. But they're big because I let it go too long. I didn't see them. And so I took the seeds out just so that my kraut would be nice and consistent. I guess that's the right word. And what else have I done? I'm leaving the skin on. I didn't take the skin off. And I got the recipe from Fermented Vegetables, which Randy can leave down in the boxy thing down there. It wasn't super expensive. It's called Fermented Vegetables. And I went in there to see if I could find something to do with this zucchini other than, you know, make zucchini relish, or I just didn't know what else to do with it. So I look in here and they have a recipe for zucchini kraut, which is just like sauerkraut except zucchini. And it says it's a little softer, but you can use it in the same applications. Well, we like sauerkraut and I make that in the fall. So we're gonna do it. And all you need is your zucchini, some unrefined sea salt, and a vessel or jar to put it in. A big bowl to grate it in. And it's not part of the recipe, but I am absolutely, as a follower, going to use grape leaves because grape leaves have tannins, and I think that it will help my kraut not be quite as soggy as I think it's going to be. So we're gonna put the leaves in there as a follower. Okay, so I'm just going to finish getting this grated up. And I'm going to tell you, I did trade out my graters. This is great for small amounts of things. And I didn't really think that 3 zucchini was going to be that big a deal, but this is not the one. An old-fashioned one is the better one because I am doing twice as fast with that old grater as I am the new one. Okay, now what you didn't see was Randy helped me finish. My arms are killing me. This is a workout. All right, now I have all this zucchini, and I do not need all this zucchini because I have a 1.75 liter, which is like not quite 2 quarts. So what I'm gonna do is measure out 8 cups out of this, and then we'll get it brined. And then whatever's left over I can use for zucchini bread. Okay, that's what I'll need to make my kraut, because I'm only going to make 1 batch because, like I said, it's a new recipe and I don't know if we like it or not. And I'm not going to waste the zucchini. So we'll get this bagged up to make zucchini bread and then we'll get started. Okay, now that I've got my 8 cups of zucchini, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of unrefined salt. And you can put up to 3.5 for this much zucchini. But it depends on your taste and how much water was in your zucchini and how much brine you're going to come up with. So we're just going to do 2 teaspoons to start. Then we're going to need to taste it, and it should taste kind of like, according to the book, it's supposed to taste kind of like, not like salted potato chips, but that saltiness. So then we're just going to go in there with our hands and get that salt all incorporated in that zucchini, because we're needing to make us some brine. Okay, and just like your sauerkraut, you're massaging and you're cut. See, look at there, how much brine we're getting. That's what you're looking for. And we're just going to squeeze that until we think we have enough brine. But after we put our veggies in the crock, or in the in the bowl, that, okay, I'm using really fresh zucchini. I just picked these, so they are still really high in water content, so it is not taking me very long at all, and I am getting a nice amount of brine. So we are going to get this in our jar. Okay, now while I let my zucchini sit there and rest a minute, we're going to talk about jars. All right, today I'm going to try something new on top of trying a new recipe. Online, they say that the Fido jar, that you do not need all those followers, that when you lock it down, it should be just fine. So we're going to try that. If it explodes, I know they told me a story, okay? But we're going to try it. Normally what I do when I make sauerkraut is I just use a half-gallon jar. And I know that works. And then you just burp it every day. And I think I may go ahead and do that with this one too, is just burp it every day. But unlike sauerkraut, which can take 7, 10, 14 days, this one should only take 3. It should only take 3, possibly 4 days, and your zucchini kraut should be done. Okay, now we're just gonna look at all that brine. Yes, nice fresh zucchini, you'll get lots of brine. In the jar we go. And when I get about halfway, which probably is there, we're going to go in with our hands and we're going to tamp that down and get all the air out. And you'll feel the air on your hand. See the bubbles? We need to get that pressed down really good. And it looks to me like I'm going to have to add a little bit of that that zucchini back to my bowl, because I'm not going to have enough for it to be full, I don't think. Nope, I don't have quite enough. So what I'm going to do is add some more to that salty brine, because I want it to come up to the rim on the top of the jar. And I may go ahead and add a little more salt, like a half a teaspoon. Oh yeah, I got plenty of brine. Okay. Okay, let's get this last little bit. And I think that will fill me up to the rim with nice brine on. Look at that. Oh yeah, I got plenty of brine. But I want to keep tamping until you are sure that you don't have any air. Back, I think I'm going to add a little more. In fact, I may have to take a little brine out. Now, that's under the lip. Let's get that wiped off. Now, as a follower, to make sure that all that zucchini is up underneath. I'm going to put 2 grape leaves. And then I'm going to push again to make sure I don't have any air. All right. Now we're just going to lock and we're done. Now it's going to take about 3 days on your counter in a nice cool spot out of sunlight. You know, you can just sit on the counter in the corner for 3 days. Now that I've got my zucchini kraut started, it's time to move on. Now I'm going to make squash pickles. They are so good, y'all. It's an old recipe. And it's the only way I'm going to can squash, all right, is in pickles. Randy really likes them. I like them. The grandkids like them. And so that's what we're going to do with them. And if you like this video, watch the next one, and we're going to make those squash pickles.